really heavy.
But I did pipe across it and then put a plinth on the pipe,
Right.
but it melted through the pipes.
Have you tried something? I don't know if you saw my comment. Tried something like a harder metal, like axles or something like that. Drill
Yeah.
rod,
So
axle.
I then used rebar,
Right.
but it was stretching like the Plastic Man.
Yeah, rebar is kind of soft. It's
Every
not.
time I put the weight on it, it would just start sinking about eighth of an inch at a time. So before I knew where I was, I couldn't get my hook thing on it because
Right.
it was sinking in.
That
So
just, show, that
I
just
think
shows you how much heat you're generating.
Oh yeah, that's what I say. If you've never been around one, it's hard to describe how hot it is.
I think this is number 10 or 12. I'm up in the big doubles.
Right.
So I'm not saying it's getting worse because they're all good. Every one of them works, but
Right.
it's just not comfortable.
Yeah. Well, if it's starting to sag, then you don't have a lot of confidence in it. You know, it starts getting. You know, when's it going to droop too far?
And because the whole thing don't last long because obviously it starts fleeking off the metal, don't it? Because it's getting cold. So it's getting thinner every time you use it.
Yep.
I mean, fair dues to my crucible. That is the bottom of a gas bottle. That's gonna last. That's gonna last.
Your proximity to salt air too, with you being that close to the river and the ocean, you get a lot of corrosion.
I should think of that. Yeah, I was watching they use cans, like a soup can, and they only get like 2 pours out of it because the thing just falls apart. Obviously,
it falls apart.
Good. So what was John using? John Sellers was using something we didn't last very long. Oh,
it's hard to keep some metal in a coastal area. If it doesn't rain on it and rust it, the salt in the air rust it. You know?
Yeah. Oh, I hit it with an hammer occasionally. It's just
to knock the scale off. Yeah.
Yeah, it just falls apart. Man. Yeah. But John was using fire extinguisher bottles, but they don't last. They don't last at all.
No, they're not as thick as the gas bottles like you're using. Yeah.
It's heavier, obviously.
I know the ceramic ones will last, but you've got to be very careful with them because they're brittle.
Yeah.
They'll take the heat repeatedly, but they're very brittle.
Well, I'd like something with just a tap on the bottom of it, and then I can just open the tap up and pour it straight into the mold.
That would be neat.
Yeah.
So,
the trouble is the washer would always burn out.
Yeah. I did do a version of that with a sliding flap on it. I could open the flap.
But it seems like even where I've seen video of the large foundries where they, pour huge castings, they're basically using the method like you do. They tip it and pour it out the top.
But I accidentally tipped another one a couple of days ago, but I tipped it actually in the furnace. So now that furnace has got a layer in the bottom of it, about this thick.
Oh, Lord.
So I'm going to have to dig that out probably tomorrow, but see what happens.
Yeah.
I'll probably start making a new one tomorrow.
Yeah, but that's definitely dangerous stuff.
Make a cupola. What's a cupola? What's a cupola furnace?
I'm trying to find that. A cupola, I think, is what he's talking about, but I don't know what kind of furnace that is.
All right, I'll go on Google, see what Google will tell us. I'm pretty active. I'm obviously not pissed. Yeah, the cupola is you feed out to the bottom of it straight into the crucible of the manage. I don't know if I can show you that. I'll try and do one of these.
Yeah.
Wait there.
I know another material. I don't know how accessible it is, but they make crucibles out of carbon too.
There, can you see it there?
Put Wikipedia.
Can you see that one?
Yeah.
They're coming straight out the bottom.
Yep. You wouldn't have to deal with your slag with that type too.
Yeah,
your slag would stay on the top. You wouldn't have to deal with slag.
It'll stay to the top. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thinking, Paul.
Yep, they're tall and have a tap out the bottom.
Yeah, from them.
They're made out of cast iron. Well, you might be able to make you one with the brake rotor parts.
Well, somebody said I should be capable of melting cast iron.
Oh, you can get over. I want to say it's over 2,000 degrees, maybe 2,200 degrees. I'd have to look it up to be sure.
Rob's Googling it now.
Yeah, and I don't know what you would need. Yeah, I'm sure you would need to flux it with some type of a flux. Yeah. It's been a brake rotor. It's had different kind of metals pressed against it and embedded in it. So you would need to flux it, I would think.
Where the clever stuff comes in. My phone was
borax. Okay, Paul. You flux it with borax.
Yeah, borax, yeah.
You were forge welding it.
It'd just be nice to do something with Sal. That's all I want to ever get to a degree that somebody actually wants something I do. I've got 1,000 and odd castings, you know, and just nobody wants it. You know, they're only little stupid things, as you obviously know. But
right,
you've got to hit the vein that somebody wants. And as soon as you've hit that vein, and that's all I'm going to do is just do that for the rest of my life. When I was going back, when I first retired, I was making fairy doors, as you all know.
Right.
I made thousands of the fucking things. I think the last one because I used to put numbers on the back of them. The last one I did was 4,000 fucking something.
Good Lord.
A lot of doors.
You talk about what somebody wants. To me, it turns into a job then as opposed to hobby.
I was getting a $5 for a little door like that.
Right.
In a frame. But when I started doing the big ones, the tree stumps.
Yeah.
That was 120 quid, but I couldn't get the wood no more. Nobody wanted to give me tree stumps, whatever you want to call them.
Right.
I've done a couple of cast iron fairy doors, and I sold them straight away, but I don't want to go back into that.
Yeah.
Fucking, I would drive.
That's what I meant. You know, it turns into a job then.
Yeah, if you got to do that every fucking day.
Yeah. I'd rather do one of things than to do production, as I call it.
Yeah.
You'll have to call them Rob's special
fire ants over there or large ants. Have you seen the pourings they do in the ant hills?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But they actually they take it to the field, don't they?
It's portable. They take the forge to the field and pour out in the field. Then you get into issues of getting permission to be on the property and
then you got to dig it out, and some of them is like fucking 4 foot long.
Yeah, some of them are huge.
So they got to dig it out for hours and hours and hours. So, I mean, Dave Oilburner had them. I've never seen them. It's like a water ball,
right?
Big. And he filled a jar up with these water balls, and then tipped the molten in, and it come out quite nice because these water balls don't last long,
right?
And they all disappear. But I have a look at his last couple of videos. I mean, he hasn't done a video for a couple of years now, but
you're talking about the silicon balls.
I don't know. They disappear after a while. I know what the fuck they are. He said they was like water balls. I think you put them in water and it.
You could, when they're in the water, you couldn't see them. But when you take the water out, all your balls are there. They're silicon balls, I think.
He had buckets full of them, and he just pour them into a can or whatever, and then pour molten steel over them, molten alley.
Yeah.
And it would go around the balls, and then the balls like disappear. They all bust out.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything like that.
He was making lamps, wasn't he? Lamp stands and things like that.
Wow.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's actually on YouTube.
And it's called water balls, like WATERBALLS.
I don't know.
Probably.
We talk quite often, so next time I talk to him, I'll ask him about him.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, he is a clever lad, but you know, he had some personal problems. I promise I wouldn't say.
Right.
I stopped him doing YouTube. He stopped doing YouTube, and then he come back and done like one video, and I stopped him again. He's like, I can't do it, Rob. And now he's on about coming back again, and this is like, I think his last video was like 3 years ago. You know.
Right.
So I might have talked him back. Well, I'm not saying me personally. I dare say there's a lot of people want him back because he took oil burners to the stage they are today. I think he was one of the leading men in the oil burner.
Right.
Because we started together, and the only thing that stopped me keeping up with him, I didn't have an acre garden. I had a 4x2 shed.
Yeah.
And what he was building would fucking light up a fucking airport. What I was building it was fucking this big, you know. I couldn't keep up with that.
Was he out in Australia?
He's out back somewhere, yeah.
Yeah. That's the same one I've seen then. Same videos I've seen.
An oil burner. I mean,
when you first mentioned it, I thought he was taking the molten aluminum and dropping it into water and forming balls that way.
No.
No.
He called them
no.
water balls.
Go tell him, Rob.
He called them water balls. He just put them in a bucket and then pour this over the top of them, and then this molten just obviously goes every direction it can possibly go. And he come out with this fucking thing, which his wife was selling apparently as a sculpture.
Right, selling it as art.
It was a nice looking thing. I gotta be honest, but I've never seen it before.
Yeah, Karen looked it up. She said she can't find any content on that.
Well, I'm watching. I'm waiting for his next.
The one I remember most of his was he made a flamethrower out of a water pressure gun, and instead of putting water through it, he was putting oil through it and squirting it out and
wow.
going around the garden and killing all the weeds.
Yeah, I would think so. Now, we've got what they call weed burners over here. They're basically a big blowtorch that you hook to your 20-pound cylinder, and I might do a video of that because that would be real quick, but they throw a flame about 2 to 3 foot off of propane.
Oh, he was putting, I think it was cooking oil through it, and he had a proper flamethrower. I mean, 5, 6, 7 feet long flame.
Good Lord, he had a lot of pressure behind that. So he was pressurizing the oil then.
He lit a scaffold.
Yeah, he was.
He knew his stuff. But
it was what he was using was an ordinary pressure garden washer.
Yeah,
okay.
That's where it's gone now. Is everybody's making jet sprays for them. So you put the jet spray next to your scaffold tube or whatever, and you light because it's a
stream.
It automatically sets it alight, and you've got a flamethrower coming out the other end.
I'll have to check that out. That sounds fun.
Yeah,
Pat will tell you here in the South, if it makes noise and burns and goes boom, and it's entertainment.
That's right.
Tell him a nice lad. He's been on here a couple of times. He popped in just to say hello, but he won't stay. But hell of a nice fella. We got on very well, but as I said, he had some problems, and that stopped him instantly. So
yeah, well, that's understandable.
So yeah, pop along to his channel because I think he was the starter of it all. You know what I mean, as far as oil burners are concerned.
Right.
And he got famous because halfway through he used to stop and have a health and safety talk, and he used to call them the health and safety sissies.
And the stickers, wasn't it? And the stickers.
Yeah, don't do this. He said, "Don't do this at home unless you're a right fucking idiot." You know what I mean? You're not going to do this at home. You're not going to fucking put this in your kitchen. And
that makes me want to do it even more.
Yeah, and I think that's what got him up and running where he was. I think he was up on. I'm not sure. I think he was up on something 38,000 maybe.
Wow.
Drivers, he was well up there. Everybody loved him. He was a great lad.
That's interesting. That is interesting.
Got a great attitude on the microphone, you know.
Flamethrower with a garden sprayer.
Exactly the same as didn't give a fuck what anybody said. Didn't give a fuck about haters and fucking people.
Well, I like people like that. To me, that's very admirable. You do your thing and don't worry about what other people say.
Yes, you're doing your thing. You got your blinkers on. What you're doing is none of your fucking business. That's the way I look at things.
That's right.
I don't
doing what I want to do.
It's not going to interfere with me. It's not going to interfere with my family. Just carry on doing what you're doing.
Huh.
But leave me out of it. I've always been there.
Definitely check that out. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Well, you know, I think I'm capable of lighting anything on fire now into a good power surge thing.
Yeah, after that incident of a couple of weeks ago, the crucible falling over and spilling molten aluminum, I'd say you're well qualified to set things on fire.
I'm just so happy that I still got my reflexes because, you know, I'm pretty quick without
doubt.
I proved that yesterday because the kid fell off the settee and I managed to catch him before he hit the floor.
Oh, wow.
They all said, you still got that power? I said, yeah, I've still got it. So, baby, come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. I don't let the night on fire. I don't sing very often in work because you can't hear me. You know, when that burner's going for the place is dead.
That's very loud.
I go into the other building, and I can still hear the fucking thing pumping away. It's like a turbine jet taking off.
Yeah.
You know? Oh Christ! And I turned it down on the editing.
Yeah.
That's not half the volume it is in real life.
Have you seen these guys that build these pulse jets and put them on bicycles and go-karts and stuff? That's a hoot.
We could have a go at that. I think the flame out of the back, because I did one out the front here, out the house, and we had a flame coming out about 6 foot long, pure white.
Yeah, they look like they're very noisy and they produce a lot of heat.
And it was pure white, and Robert said, "Oh, that's good." And I said, and that was wood.
Yeah,
wood in there.
Looks like the afterburners of the jets I used to work on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's the technology that the Germans used to first bomb England. The buzz bombers. Those were pulse jets.
Yeah.
Yeah, the V1. Yeah.
Yeah, you hear them. You wouldn't see them, but you could hear them.
Yeah, you could hear them. They're loud.
And when the engine stopped, you knew you had to run like fuck.
Yeah.
That was
it was going to blow up somewhere.
Fire da 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 da.
I used to have a shop heater that worked on the same principle.
Yeah,
and you filled it up
heaters.
with paraffin.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, they're illegal now. You can't use them in England.
Really? You can still buy them here in the States. You can buy propane or kerosene heaters like that.
You got quite hard to get the paraffin, but I got a camping stove which runs on
camp fuel,
petrol.
Well, white gas. Yeah.
Well,
petrol or paraffin. So
they sell them here. You can use regular gasoline or white gas.
Yeah, we call it white gas, camping fuel.
Yeah.
But now those the shop heaters like John was talking about, they have a fan with a spark plug and a nozzle with a pump that sprays the fuel in front of the spark plug, and the fan blows and heats up a metal column to produce heat.
That's it.
Right.
That's it. I've still got mine, but I can't get the fuel for it.
The kerosene ones stink really bad, but the propane aren't too bad.
Yeah.
You still need a lot of air exchange, though. They produce a lot of carbon monoxide.
That's why they're banned over here now.
Yeah.
It's got to be non-leaded petrol.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I still got mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got one too.
Yeah. The last one I had quit a few years ago. All the heaters I have now are all propane, and I have a shop wood heater. Once that wood heater gets up to temperature, I can cut the other ones off. That wood heater will about run you out of the shop.
Yeah.
I started off because I said I started off with Mr. Oil Burner, so I was in my shed to keep myself warm when I was at the little shed at the back here.
Right.
And I had a chimney coming up through the roof, but I had the compressor off a fridge. I was using that for the air,
right,
to pump my little flame. In fact, it was keeping my shed warm, but after seeing it, I thought, oh, I got to go bigger, I got to go better. So
right. Now I had a friend. He used cylinder oil like you do, or what we call used motor oil, but his heater worked on a drip method to where it would drip so much oil in, and then that heat would heat his shop
into the pan. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done them as well.
Yeah.
But
works very well, very cheap. He made it out of scrap. I think the main part of the heater was a hot water heater tank, and then he plumbed it with some black iron and made a burner and dripped the oil onto the burner, and it worked great.
Next door to the works is the garage, and most of their work is oil changes.
Yeah, well, so you can't beat that. That's free. All the oil you want.
500-gallon drum of oil.
Good Lord.
And I help myself anytime I want it. So I can do about one day I did 25 gallons in the one day. And
wow.
I was flat out all day.
That's a lot of castings.
That was a lot of flame, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of. Yeah, if you were melting aluminum, that was a lot.
I was melting everything inside to get it to the ingot stage.
Right.
And now I'm melting all the ingots to get it into that new ingot mold I done.
Right.
So yeah.
So you've got nice, clean aluminum to where it's been all the
impurities.
You've cleaned all those out.
Twice now, yeah.
Twice, yeah. So you got nice, good aluminum.
So I'm hoping to get about 20 quid, which is pounds.
Yeah.
About 20 pounds per ingot if I start selling them.
Right.
But the idea was I made this the chocolate bar, as I'm calling it, is people with hobbyists who wants aluminium. They don't have to put the whole thing in a crucible. They can snap a bit off.
Right.
And just use a little bit. If they only want to do a little casting this big.
Right, right.
Why fill the old crucible up? Because I have noticed people do smaller things.
They do smaller stuff, yeah.
So with my ingots now, you can snap 4 pieces off. That's
your Toblerone.
My Toblerone old works better.
Well, and a lot of these import machine tools, like these mini lathes and these mini mill machines, I see where guys are taking when the plastic gears give out, they're taking and putting them back together the best they can, and then casting those in sand and making aluminum gears to go back in their machines.
Yeah, yeah. I'd like to get into the silicon molds,
I've looked at that, but I haven't, not as much as I've looked at the sand molds.
Well, Captain Jerk and John Sellers was doing it.
Right.
And you can buy a tube of, the old tube of mastic.
Right.
And then you squirt that into a bowl. You mix fucking flour or something with it.
I think they've used dishwashing soap.
Yeah.
And mixed in with it.
Yeah, corn flour.
Or corn flour, yeah.
They make a mold, and then you pour the wax into the mold, and then you take and then you heat it up, which melts the wax.
Melts the wax out, right.
Yeah, it's possible. I think it's possible.
Yeah.
Because you could put that wax figure into the sand.
Yeah.
And you melt it out of the sand, and then still pour in.
You get the surface finish is much finer doing that. You get a better casting.
I went on about cornstarch because it's what the hell is cornstarch, and we found out it's not on flour, isn't it? It's just
they mainly use it to thicken stews and soups and gravies.
Yeah, well, over you, it's just we just call it flour.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a different thing here in the States.
It took me a while to find out what it was, because I really wanted to try this
cornstarch. Yeah.
Captain Jerk is doing some good stuff now.
I'll have to look. I hadn't looked at his channel in a while. I know he was doing a lot of molding, but I hadn't kept up with it.
He stopped coming on you. I don't know because he's more with the other side and with this side. So
yeah,
that's his priority.
Oh yeah.
I
know he's doing a lot with his sister right now. I have seen several videos, probably in the last month, where I think it's his sister and him are on a lot.
Yeah, I don't tell people what to do. That's the last thing I want to try and do.
Oh yeah.
If you want to watch this channel, you watch this channel. You want to watch that channel, you want to watch both channels.
Yeah,
that's up to you.
That's right. It's your choice. Just don't drag your baggage around.
No.
My last caption was, "Don't watch this video, you'll get addicted."
It's a catchy phrase, John.
Obviously, they still watch me because obviously I still get the thumbs down. But
yeah,
I don't watch. I've got no time for them. So I got my thing is fully booked. I'm afraid.
Oh yeah.
I got no time to watch other people's videos. If I got 10 minutes to spare, I'm watching people I know.
Right.
I'll speak Andy. I mean, for the sake of John there, I go on his Facebook channel and have a nose around, I went on to, I was talking to Pat up there. I went on his channel tonight while I was waiting to come on and had a nose around his channel with his comedy skits and whatever.
Yeah, so, I left it to Pat. I left a comment on one of your early videos.
Yeah, I saw it.
You saw it. It was about the salute.
I'm surprised I don't get more comments than I actually get. I get more like likes and whatever, and I think, oh, well, why didn't you say something? It's nice to hear somebody talking. Like, it's nice to see a thing. I only put thumbs up to whatever they said now. I don't really answer all the comments now. I
right.
Every comment I ever had, I used to answer it. God, I got to be honest. With over 16,000, 1,600 videos, I get a lot of comments from the old stuff.
Oh yeah.
Especially that oil, the oil burner when I done with the fella laying in the bed. I don't know if you saw that, when he's laying in the bed covered in bandages, obviously supposed to be me.
Right.
And I did the film as if it was my son doing it. And my dad asked me to put this video on how dangerous oil burners can be.
Right.
It's years and years old.
Yeah.
But everybody thought it was me laying in an hospital bed covered in fucking bandages like the Invisible Man. And I still get comments about that. Oh, you want to watch yourself? That can be really fucking dangerous. And I said, at the end of the video, I'm sat there talking and I'm just showing you how dangerous one of these.
How dangerous it is, yeah.
But a lot of people obviously don't watch to the end. I thought it was me burning to death. Like, hooray, he's dead, hooray.
Rob, do they have any vintage motocross races near you where the old guys on the old bikes get out and race?
Yeah.
There's a guy here in the States. He's a retired racer, but he does a spoof. His name is Ronnie Mack. If you get a chance, YouTube his name and watch what he does. He is hilarious. You can tell he's a professional rider, but he rides like a goon. He rides like he doesn't have any sense. It's very entertaining. He rides a two-stroke. He rides, I think it's a Honda CR, like a 92 or a 93 model two-stroke, but he's hilarious and pulls off some of the – it's just unexplainable, some of the stuff that he does. He self-proclaimed the longest berm shot in history, and it's basically him in a circle doing this berm shot for like 30 or 40 seconds, just right around everything that two-stroke will spin.
What was his name again, Tim?
Ronnie Mack.
Ronnie?
Yeah, Ronnie Mack.
All right.
M-A-C-K?
Yes, M-A-C-K.
Yeah, I'll look that up.
Yeah, look that up. He is a hoot.
I always watch this back tomorrow, see, or it'll be talking to me while I'm working,
Right.
just to see if I said anything out of place. But
I do too. Sometimes I come back and watch these to see, you know, if I thought anybody got out of line or anything. But I don't think we do. I think we pretty much, you know, we stay within certain borders.
Always got my email.
Come back. I always come back to watch it because I don't catch what some of you say, and then I go, I didn't remember that.
Yeah, me too. That's another reason to see what I missed.
Yeah. I saved a bunch of them.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, you know, Jason said he was coming on tonight. He actually rung me, and
I was going to say I haven't seen him in the comments.
no, he never come on. He obviously he's working, so
well, I know he's busy.
I don't. That's why I asked now. If you go in the chat room, I'd rather you ask to come on live, than me sit here expecting you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I might be putting you in a place you don't particularly want to be. I know you're always going to say, no, we love being here. We have a good laugh.
Oh, I don't know what it was tonight with these guys working next door. I just had an inkling that something was. I didn't know what was going to go wrong, but I just knew from what these guys have been doing throughout the day that something was going to go wrong.
I mean, tonight has been more chattable than laughable. I think we haven't gone into hysterics.
Right. Yeah, we've had good content and conversation tonight.
It's getting closer to Christmas. The things are going to obviously get more funnier as we get closer. But I tend to drink myself sober. Is my trouble lately. I get to the stage when I'm semi-pissed and I'm sober again. It's such a terrible fucking thing. But
starting to get echoes now.
Perhaps I should change my drink.
I got the volume. There we go.
I cannot drink shorts. It fucking knocks me. I used to be a rum and black man. You know, I used to love rum and black.
Right.
I can't drink that. Fuck me. I lost my memory. I've got home for
beer does me that way. I like beer, but I cannot drink it. It's like eating a 6-course meal when I drink beer. I feel so bloated, so full.
I mean, Jason is always on that Jack Daniels, you know. Fuck
I'd like that. I like my bourbon. That's good shit.
Oh, no, that fucking melts.
Yeah,
melts you.
I had that handy tonight. But beer, I can't drink beer anymore. It's just, and I miss it because I enjoyed a nice beer.
Yeah,
I'm on the Robert S. Nurden additive.
What the fuck's that?
H2O.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah. Well, y'all drink a lot of cider. Do you like? Is it apple cider or fruit cider or?
It's got to be apple.
Apple. Yeah.
If it's not apple, it's not cider.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
New one over now. They got a new one called pear cider. What the fucking hell is pear cider?
Well, yeah.
It's because they can't think of a better name.
Well,
and it tastes like perfume. You know, it tastes like.
Oh Lord!
It tastes like a drink which has had a couple of drops of perfume or something in it, and it's just it's fucking.
Yeah, that sounds nasty. Vodka has really made a big change here in the States. I remember going in the liquor store, there'd be a whole lot of bourbon and one wall of vodka. Now, there's 3 walls of vodka, and there's every mixture of watermelon, peach, avocado, tutti frutti. It's like, what the hell? I thought vodka was a neutral spirit, and now it's got every flavor a woman would desire.
It's probably because women are the most purchasers of that.
Well, it's got to be aimed at the women because I mean, surely I'm gonna get on here and tell y'all I'm drinking my tutti frutti avocado, Snops vodka or whatever. It just.
I had too many years of siphoning petrol, and all shorts
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you, Robert. Vodka to me is like parts washer.
Yeah.
It's something you want to clean parts in.
In fact, it does actually, don't it? It's quite a grease remover.
The smell and the taste.
Yeah, if you got
Karen's
dentures, you
commenting. She
definitely
likes
don't want to be
cherry vodka.
siphoning fuel.
Yeah.
We were talking about that today, the old siphoning.
Boy, those were the days. Siphoning gas out of Dad's truck to get put in the motorcycle or put in the mini bike.
Oh yeah, I didn't pay for it for the first 30 years. I don't think. I was out every night.
I've had a mouthful of it before.
We had a row of garages in front of my house, so I used to break into the garages. You could do the thing at the top of the door.
Yeah.
And I punctured the tank.
Oh Lord.
And did a bucket full of petrol, and then I had a piece of wedgie wood, and I used to push back in the tank, so it was available for next time, lah. That's how clever.
Well, that was ingenious.
So every couple of weeks, I could go down there, pull a plug out, fill it up again, push the plug back in, knock it back in.
Wow.
Oh yeah, they never ever caught me. Never ever caught me.
I got a chance when I was young to work at a motorcycle dealership here, and it was a Yamaha shop, and I don't remember what make it was, but Yamaha's, the front of the tank, the way it mounted on the frame, there were two rubber pucks, and the corrosion sometimes would cause the pucks to bond or stick to the frame. Well, this tank, the gasket for the gas cap had deteriorated. Oh, I'm shaking and wiggling. The thing finally let go. It turned inside to me, and I poured gas all down my crotch. I could not get out of those pants and underwear fast enough. That shit burnt me up.
Yeah.
And I had a respect for gasoline after that.
Oh yeah.
We got chased. We jumped into the car, and I had a gallon tin. We jumped into the car, and I put it on my lap.
Oh Lord!
He was driving around and bouncing it, and it went in my doodly. So I had my trousers down with my ass in the window, trying to get rid of the burning.
You can't. I mean, it burns and burns and burns.
Yeah, for petrol. Because when you see these films and they're tipping it over their head and the body, you thinking, no. You had petrol tipped over you, you're going to know all about it. So,
Lord, that stuff will burn you up.
Yeah, just good laugh. These films, I gotta be honest. You can actually see it's water because it's not instantly spreading out on the floor and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, we only had one thumb down. What's wrong with these people?
I don't know. We didn't make it. We must have had everybody's attention and didn't piss anybody off.
Well, no, they'll probably be on tomorrow. You have a look tomorrow. There'll be at least 3 thumbs. I get the 3 and 4.
Yeah,
There's 7 of them. There's 7 of them altogether. So I usually there's a possibility I get 7.
Yeah,
which is not bad. Out of the amount of people I pissed off over the years. It's not bad. But the thing is, if I piss you off, you should tell me. For the start, you would probably get an apology off me. But I'm known for speaking my mind. I like people that speak their mind. You know where they are. You know where they stand. Yeah, I'm not behind your back. Playing with your missus sort of crap. And I thought, and I'd never talk about anybody's wife or whatever. I wouldn't never go into that. No,
there's no reason to. No,
I get drunk. I hopefully get funnier. I don't get cruder or ruder.
Right.
Because I'm not crude. I don't think I'm crude anyway. I don't think I'm rude.
I haven't heard you on here like that.
I have a laugh, but I never take it to this, for the sake of Vince or something. Vince just don't care. He don't, because he hasn't got that amount of subscribers. It's just it haven't dawned on him. You really got to settle down and not talk like that. Because he don't care. He hates everybody, Vince.
All right.
I don't. I still respect a lot of people. And somebody got porn bombed. And I was the first one. I emailed him. I haven't talked to this man for fucking 2 years. I emailed him, and because there was obviously hints that it was me. And I emailed him and I said, I'm not being funny. If you really think I would do something like that, I just couldn't do something like that.
Wow.
And to leave your channel wide open, it's the first thing you got to expect.
Sure.
You've got to ask for a link. Now, if I give a link to John, and then all of a sudden John's mate is sat next to him down the bottom, which means John has given my link to somebody else.
Yeah.
That's when it gets dangerous, you know?
Right.
You know, they only ban you for 3 months, but it's you got to instantly go and get another account to come back on a different name, and you got to tell everybody you're on a different name now, so you can get back on. But no, porn bombing is purely for children. Children out there doing it, you know, and they think it's funny.
I just don't see the humor in it, and don't.
It happened to me, and a fella come on after, because you don't get banned there and then. They ban you for next week.
Right.
So a fella come on there while I was still live here, and he said, "You just get porn bombed," and we said, "Yeah." It probably was the fucking fella who did it. You know what I mean? But we were so fresh and new, and I said, "Yeah," and he said, "You know, that's an instant ban." He said, and then he was telling me never ever give your link out, never ever tell anybody. But people put their link actually in the text.
Oh wow!
So everybody can see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like we just had Sabu, whatever his name was, just on. He could have read that link, and the next minute, it's gone.
Right.
Whereas you would all your faces down there, what we call a green room, until I click on them.
Yeah.
You don't come onto the main screen. So if you got some Prasik down there with his knob out, I can see him. Nobody else can. So
right.
I can just ban
it's
him.
You get to preview it, right? So somebody can't just come on and jack your channel up.
He's belling in my face while you're all there laughing, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing. That's smart.
Well, it's the same as your YouTube videos. Nobody's text gets straight onto the page. I read every text before they go on the page. I don't let anybody free thing.
Yeah, I do exactly the same.
Yeah, you've got to be careful. It's just the one stupid little word to get you into trouble, you know, and you think,
oh yeah, this day and time, people, like you said, with nothing else better to do, no life, to do stuff like that.
I just don't. I think if I was half dead, I'd still have something to do. I wouldn't be wanting to do stupid stuff, you know. I'd still be out there.
Well, you know, to me, it's kind of sick, but what do you really get out of that? I mean, what's the gratification?
It's just a little laugh for 5 minutes, and after the 5 minute, I don't know if you get adrenaline, but it's knowing you shut somebody down, and then you get a message off YouTube saying blah blah, your channel was blah blah for pornography and porny,
right?
And we're banning you. Oh, thank you very much. And you write to them.
Yeah.
They will not blink an eyeball. They will not talk to you. They've got no interest in you whatsoever. Whatever you say, listen, it was my first live night. It was proven it wasn't me, or I was doing, or my guest was good people.
Right.
And you could go back to the actual footage and see that all of us went into a panic of some fucker coming on flashing his fucking knob.
Right.
But the fellow who flashes his knob is the fellow who actually tells YouTube.
Right, what happened? It was on your channel.
So it's him flashing you as well as doing it, like. And then YouTube instantly bans you.
Yeah, that's pretty jacked up.
Oh, I wrote about 4 letters to YouTube and not one answer. They won't even answer you. They got
no acknowledgement.
You're fucking nothing to them. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
You're another slot in the wall where money comes through, and that's all you are. there's what was it? Was it 16 billion fucking YouTube channels? That's a lot of fucking money in it.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Sure is.
I mean, when you get fined 170 million for breaking some law, YouTube did.
Wow.
And they said, we'll change it all now by spending another 300 million on changing all YouTube into a different format. 300 million, someone. So that's £4.5 million.
More money than we'll see.
They're giving away, really.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we got to change it because kids. It's not the kids. It's actually the government, isn't it? Saying because kids are available, they can actually watch a channel with swear words and
well, like I said in my comment, to me that falls back on the parents.
Of course it is. They instantly went in on about one of the films out. It had like 160 something swear words in it, but the kids are watching it.
Yeah,
they can watch that, but they can't watch YouTube. The kids invented YouTube, as far as I can say. It was built for gamers, and that's ones are going to get hit. It's gamers.
That film's up on YouTube.
Wow. But they say 80% of YouTube audience is kids. 80%.
Wow. I would think, I would think kids would be into the gaming or other social media platforms other than YouTube.
They say that's the one who's going to take the hit is the gamers. And what do a gamer do wrong? All he does is sit there with a game on. And
here in the States, there's a lot of concern over the games because they're so violent and they degrade women and the language is bad in them.
Yeah, true enough. So they're the ones who are going to get it. Yeah. But they said you're going to lose at least 80% if you're monetizing. So if you were earning £1, you're only going to be earning £20.
Well, you know, we just stopped our subscription with our cable provider, even though we still have internet services with them. But one thing I was mentioning is our TVs. Every time we go to set something up, there's a parental control that we could activate on the TVs if we had small children, to stop them from seeing stuff like that. You know, and I haven't researched on YouTube, but I would assume there's the same thing on YouTube that you could stop, your kids from looking at certain content.
It's exactly the same argument with a drone. The drone is run by satellites. So if that satellite do not know where an airport is, that drone can stop it on a sixpence. So why would it let a drone fly onto an airport when a satellite can say, right, I'm going to blow you to the fucking sky. I'll just shut your motors off and drop you.
Wow.
So it's all bullshit. It's all fucking bullshit. It's all government.
Yeah, I agree.
And he grabbing twazzaks. So I might be banned by next week. I think
you never know. Any of us could be.
I think they obviously watch me and they know my attitudes. I don't really give a fuck. I'm not going to worry at my age that I've just been banned, for fuck's sake. Or somebody don't. I'm 67 in about 2 months' time, and I'm going to be worried about a couple of thumbs down and getting banned. No. I got so much to do because obviously as you get older, you got more to do, haven't you, Pat?
Yeah.
Non-stop.
I know since I've retired, it seems like it was better going to work. I had less to do.
I've said that. That. I work hard and now I've ever fucking worked.
Yeah. Now there's not enough hours in a day.
There's not enough hours in a day,
Well, before I could go to work and rest.
The only difference is you got to get up fucking 8 times to have a pee every night.
Yeah, shit, I get up now and there's a damn honey-do list.
I don't know what happens to your bladder when you get older, but fucking peeing every 10 minutes is fucking terrible.
That shit sucks. And I agree. As I get older, that gets worse. And just whether you take medication or not.
Just as you get back to sleep, she got to get up and have one. So
yeah.
Wait for her to come back in, stamp, bed springing.
Yeah. Well, I just got to put on an apnea machine this year, and so I've got all that apparatus to deal with to get up and turn off and turn on. And if you don't turn it off, it sounds like a damn leaky air hose in the shop blowing all over your pillow, and wakes her up, pisses her off.
It's an
It's fun getting old. I'm going to tell you, it's fun getting old. You never realize these things are going to happen to you.
It's nice to think about separate beds and probably separate bedrooms, you know.
Yeah.
That might come in handy, because I could then piss in a bottle, you can just leave
that's right. Wouldn't have to get out of bed, just roll over and piss in a bottle.
Piss in a bottle and empty it out the window the next day.
Well, now you're talking about my life. My wife and I.
Or the redneck thing to do would be plumb a piece right beside your bed where you just pee into it and it goes out the room.
Yeah, run it outside.
Run it right out, tie it right into the gutters.
Yeah, it was different with my old house because the windows was like knee height. These ones are up here. So
yeah,
you can't get your cock over the windowsill. 2 hours time. Yeah. Sorry,
the thoughts and contraptions we come up with. Now that's, you know what? I don't know if that's a sign of old age or a sign of laziness. You can't get out of bed to go piss.
Yeah.
You got to figure out a way to piss while you're in the bed.
Yeah.
Please go and get a commode.
That's right.
Yeah.
I built a urinal out in my barn.
Yeah, well, I've been in the hospital enough. They got nice urinals now. Hell, you could plumb one of those up easy.
Oh, I just use a funnel.
Just a funnel.
And I got it into a piece of PVC, and it runs outside out my shed there.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
so I don't have to run back to the house every time I got to take a piss.
A big joke for us at work on the aircraft. You have a P tube. Yeah. Well, new employees, we would always tell them they had to blow through it to make sure it was clear, them not knowing what it was.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we had them on the jets I worked on.
Yeah, well, the helicopters have them too.
Yeah.
We would have a good time with new employees. We can of compression, prop wash, anchor lube. I can't think of some of the other stuff.
With your kind permission, we're going to call it, all right?
All right.
We had a good run.
Yeah, we did. But on 3.5 hours.
Yeah, we should do 23.
We should do a giveaway of how many swear words was actually done in this.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch on to the other measures to get more tickets. So you'll have a video and a link this coming week.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yep.
I mean, John done one.
Yeah.
You get Pat to do one up there, a video.
I don't I have to try. I don't know.
The thing is,
I've got a couple loaded on my phone that I've got to get edited to put up. I've got the fish that I did, and I've got one of those jack-o'-lanterns out of a propane tank I did for my granddaughter, so I've got to get that one up. But
going back to the day I taught how many people into making videos, which Callan
well, you inspired me, Rob. That's the reason I started, was because of you.
I literally taught him into making videos, and some of them are quite famous now, as you know.
Yeah.
So I've got that influence or that power of gift or whatever.
To me, you made it fun. You made it look like it was fun to do.
Well, plus we always used to say, well, it's for the kids, it's not for us. It's the thing I miss is having a picture of a talking picture of my father.
Right.
Okay. All I got is one photo of my dad. Now, at least my kids now can sit here, probably in this chair, and have what, fucking 65,000 hours. Rabbit. No, yeah, that's my dad there. Look, that's my dad.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what it was all about back
Well,
then.
see, my thing is, since I've retired, I don't have anybody to fuck with me. So nobody picks on me. So I figure if I put videos up, then I have all these people that can pick on me.
Yeah.
So I miss that kind of attention in a way. I miss the banter of picking on people and having them pick back.
So that's
it was a lot of fun at work.
Designed for getting people to do a couple of videos.
Well, they call me, Tim.
Pardon?
They call me on the phone.
They call you on the phone? Yeah.
I dare say Karen will do a video if I know Karen. Because she likes winning. She likes winning giveaways, oh Karen.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh.
Who done that?
Well, I'm going to say goodnight too, because
right.
we got to talking about peeing, and now I got to go again.
I got to pee. I got to pee. Cheers, John. Cheers, Pat.
Cheers. Cheers, Pat. See you, Pat. See you, Rob.
Through the square window.
Ding.
Ding. In broadcast. In what? And burst. In fact. No, wait, Tim.